So what do religious faith and smoking have in common? My family and I uh, really enjoy going to Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. And my kids love it. They love going on the rides. We love it. It's just a great family time. Um, but as you're walking through Silver Dollar City, there are these occasional um, uh, reserved areas set aside, kind of off the beaten path, areas reserved for smokers. And they're kind of sad places, really. There's just a few kind of nondescript benches, and the rest of the park is decorated and kind of happy. And then you have these very sad smokers areas, and uh, and that's what we do with smoking in our culture today. We isolate it. Um, Smoking is legal, but we also have made decisions culturally that we don't want to be subjected in public places. We don't want to be subjected to the smoke of other people. And so we have smoking sections in restaurants. We have smoking sections in amusement parks. One of the saddest places on earth is the smoking room in an airport. Some states have gone so far as to ban all smoking in all public places, restaurants, bars, whatever the case might be. And it's increasingly difficult to smoke anywhere in public in those states. It strikes me that our culture is doing much the same thing with religious faith. Several years ago, Tebow mania hit our country hard. Everyone was fascinated by Tim Tebow. And one of the things that was so fascinating about Tim Tebow was his very public and non-apologetic Christian faith. After every game, when an interviewer would stick a microphone in his face, Tim Tebow would go out of his way to talk about his religious faith. And there were a great many people, both non-religious and religious, who looked at Tim Tebow and they were like, dude, just chill out. What's the deal? Why is every conversation a Jesus conversation? And in thinking about that, I realized that we're doing the same thing with religious faith that we've already done with smokers. Having religious faith is an acceptable thing in our culture. In some places, it's even an encouraged thing. If you don't have any sort of religious faith, people look at you like you're kind of unusual, like you're kind of strange. But that religious faith is only encouraged in certain contexts. By all means, practice your faith at church. Practice your faith in the privacy of your own home, but don't bring that faith to work with you. Don't bring that faith to school with you. Those spaces are ruled out of bounds for faith. And so what we've done is we've isolated faith to just the private sphere, just to the private areas of our life. In all the public areas of our life, we are pressured by our society and we're pressured by our culture to keep our faith under wraps, to keep our faith private, because it's deemed inappropriate. Just like smoking in public now is deemed inappropriate, it's inappropriate for us to be too bold or too vocal about our faith in public. And so what we do is we isolate our faith and we privatize our faith, and we get the yellow police tape out and we say, okay, faith is only permitted behind the boundaries of this tape. And what this has led to is Christians living very compartmentalized lives. So they will behave and say certain things in private or in church that they would not do or say in a public arena like work or like school. And so there's no connection, in a lot of cases, there's no connection between the work life or the school life and the religious life. There's this disconnect that has happened. We're basically religious schizophrenics. And I think all of this traces its origin back to the fact value split, where religion is now regarded as nothing more than a personal opinion. your personal spirituality is just kind of how you feel. It's not true for everybody else. It's just true for you. It's certainly not scientific. It's certainly not within the realm of facts. And so, since religion is kind of kicked up to that second story, the area of opinion, the area of feeling, the area of spirituality, whatever that might mean, we are cautioned against talking about it too certainly or too publicly. And Christians have, I think, unwittingly bought into this fact-value split. And I think our faith and indeed the kingdom suffers because of it.